Hey everybody, Tim here for today's episode of The Mandalorian, Chapter 6, The Prisoner. So I'm not gonna lie, this whole episode was kind of a filler. Nothing really happens, to push the story forward. Kind of like the last episode too, with the bounty hunters and stuff. But that being said, which is also kind of coincidental that I think this is the longest episode of The Mandalorian so far. It's like 41 minutes. So even though it's a filler, I don't know if I'd say this is the worst episode, but even this episode being like a filler is still amazing to watch. It's orgasmic for my eyeballs. It's so good. Just the detail and the amount of money they put into this show, it's so good. And there's tons of cameos in this. There's a lot of really good actors. I mean, it's not even cameos. It's kind of like the last episode where, just actors, well-known actors keep popping up. Relatively short roles, but it's the whole episode. So it's more like a guest star. Most notably for me, out of all of the ones I had to pick, would be Clancy Brown. I'm a huge Clancy Brown fan, going all the way back to Highlander, which I've thought about doing reviews for the movies and the series. I don't know what you guys think, but whatever. Highlander, or even the Superman, the animated series. When people talk about Lex Luthor, just like when people talk about the Joker, most people hear Mark Hamill's voice. When people talk about Lex Luthor, I hear Clancy Brown's voice. And even now, he's been in The Flash recently. He's everywhere. He's such a good actor. So anyway, him popping up in this episode was great. And you see a lot of aliens. Now, I've said before, I like Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars fan. But I'm not, that far into Star Wars, as far as I am into Star Trek. Star Trek, I could, there's this alien, and this alien, and this alien. For Star Wars, I recognize a lot of them, but I don't necessarily know their species names. I've seen the alien that Clancy Brown is before, where he almost looks like a devil, where he's red and has the horns. Or the female actress who, she's popped up in everything from Harry Potter to Game of Thrones. And, most people would recognize her probably from, one of the dancers at Jabba the Hutt's palace. So I recognize a lot of these aliens. I don't know their names. I'm sorry. Most of this episode is just pretty straightforward. Oh, there's somebody in prison. We're going to break him out. What a shock. It's a double cross. The thing that stands out about this episode is all of the little things. When the Mandalorian is fighting Clancy Brown and he hits him with a fire. And I was like, you just tried to light Satan on fire. How's that working out for you? Or Baby Yoda trying to use the Force, and then the droid blows up, and you're like, oh shit. And then you just see the Mandalorian behind him shooting him. Stuff like that. It's really cute. It's really adorable. And it works. I'm really digging this whole series. I haven't heard anything about season 2 or what they're going to be doing after this, because there's only 2 episodes left, so they better wrap it up quick. But it's so good. And it's amazing, the amount of stuff Disney can do, but keep it all under wraps. I think the Marvel Universe has kind of set them up for that. Look how much they can do in the Marvel Universe, and nobody knows anything about it. And now here we are with The Mandalorian, and, I mean, big name actors showing up, nobody knew anything about it. So I think they're doing a great job. It's a little annoying as a viewer to have so much secrecy. I don't want spoilers necessarily, but I want a little bit. And they're like, nope, you're going to get it as we feed it to you. So it's oh, okay. I sit here in front of the TV like everybody else. Okay, what are you going to give me next? So I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. I hope you guys are too. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys next week for Chapter 7.